I'm Alexander Surya Gianni. It's 12/23, July 8th. I was just dropping key points in my room. If you weren't hearing them, check audio. And don't fall for impersonators on me, but let me put it this way. Anyone silence me, zero credibility, and psychiatric illness. But one, these kids have psychiatric illness. They're mentally disturbed. They're terrorists, and they didn't even realize they're terrorists. They literally tried to recruit me, like I said out loud in my room, and I've said numerous times, to a global terrorist agenda where they conspired to rape mankind of their free will with human programming. Psychopaths. Two, control the world with information and blackmail, which I've said before in the past and numerous times, which means trying to intimidate and coerce civilian populations and use intimidation and coercion to influence the policy of the government. They even tried to make terrorism look trendy and look cool and make a movie about it. Like, oh yeah, we're terrorists, let's make a movie. Not psychiatric illness, no, I didn't plan that. I'm just kind of in the fly right now. I'm kind of getting riled up. So, yeah, they're talking to me via telepathy. They're mad about my weird movements. Just angry right now because the stupidity involved with this is scaring me now and I'm getting pissed. But yeah, they tried to make terrorism look trendy. They actually wanted to make a movie about a global terrorist agenda where they sought to rape mankind of their free will and conspired to rape mankind of their free will through controlling the world with information and blackmail, which means intimidating and coercing civilian populations and using intimidation and coercion to influence the policy of a government. So they basically conspired to blackmail governments and stop them from doing their jobs and create dysfunctional governments and dysfunctional intelligence communities and tried to make that look trendy and hot. If that's not screaming psychiatric illness and not screaming this people are fucking crazy, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like I was saying in my room, one of these guys tried to kill me for having an 8-pack. This picture right here. They tried to kill me because I had an 8-pack. I don't know where it went. It disappeared. Somewhere floating around. But yeah, someone tried to kill me for having an 8-pack. If that's not screaming homicidal maniac, and this guy definitely shouldn't be taking over the world, I don't know what to tell you. No one should be taking over the world. I already said it before. People should live in unity. But the fact that these people aren't recognizing psychiatric illness, these investigators should tell you they got psychiatric illness too. A guy trying to murder someone because they have an 8-pack. That's Christian Bale, American psycho shit. Like I've been saying for years now. Some of these guys sit around their home waiting for me to exercise so they can assault me during exercise. Literally, they sit around their house waiting for me to exercise, do push-ups, sit-ups. Right now they're sitting around, stalking me right now, waiting for me to do my sit-ups so they can assault me. Some of them. Homicidal maniacs. That's serial killer, psychopath shit. Armed with weapons. And that's another thing. Then these guys don't even understand the dangers of illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. Distributing weapons in an unregulated fashion and manufacturing them. Psychiatric illness, fucking crazy, and you're listening to these people. Yeah, like this CC kid and CC, the other CC. Distributing weapons in in an unregulated fashion and manufacturing them, no big deal. Clearly crazy. No, I'm not reading from any script. That's just more bullshit. Yeah, if that's not screaming psychiatric illness, you have to be crazy. And then anyone listening to these people, if that's not screaming psychiatric illness, you got to be crazy. What else is going on? Oh, they don't understand the dangers of a RICO and unregulated money falling into the hands of rapists, pedophiles, and terrorists and murderers and guys armed with neurophysiological weapons and advanced weaponry. That screams psychiatric illness and someone's lost their mind. So I don't know what to tell you people, but I'm getting really angry. I don't mean to be a dickhead. I don't mean to be a douchebag. I don't mean to be an asshole. I'm just really angry. I'm being held hostage. So I get very angry. I'm being neuromodulated. And then this stupidity should infuriate anyone. The fact these people are still on the loose and not in prison should just enrage you. That these mentally disturbed homicidal maniacs who are distributing weapons illegally in an unregulated fashion and manufacturing weapons in an unregulated fashion are still on the loose and not in prison. Some of these guys are putting weapons in space. Oh, like it's no big deal. Some of these guys are putting satellite cameras in space and raping everyone in their privacy like it's no big deal. Now, these guys crazy. Whoever knows about these things, not arresting these guys, they probably have psychiatric illness. They're mentally disturbed. You'd have to be crazy not to arrest these guys. They're scream threat to mankind. They got the earth blowing up, tattooed on their forehead, screaming just like I'm a threat to mankind. Stop me before I blow up the world. They almost did. They disseminated COVID and caused a pandemic. And people still didn't arrest them. Are they fucking crazy? And then other idiots covered it up for him and said, oh, yeah, no, that guy, the brown kid's crazy. When he wasn't. When I was saying global terrorist agenda, these guys are fucking terrorists. The brown kid's crazy, but I wasn't. They were terrorists. They conspired to rape mankind of their free will, and then they also conspired to control the world with information and blackmail. That should be screaming to you, terrorism. If it's not, You may have psychiatric illness. If someone told you that story and it sounded cool, you may have psychiatric illness, because that guy was basically saying, hey, I'm a terrorist. You want to get in? You want to become a terrorist with me? That's what he was saying. So if that didn't translate and you didn't even realize that, it's probably because you have psychiatric illness and aren't the sharpest tools in the shed. Because that should be screaming terrorism. Right when I was told that, I was like, I'm writing to the government. This guy's crazy. Started writing my goddamn DOJ letter, like fucking thousands of pages. Right when I heard that via telepathy, I was like, let me go report this ASAP. Yeah, this guy's crazy, man. So anyone who's not getting that, is like, oh yeah, let's make a movie about it. Yeah, I'll get to be the king terrorist. Yeah, I'll blackmail the governments, I'll blah, blah. These guys are crazy. They're mentally disturbed. They're terrorists, and they think terrorism's cool. They think endangering mankind is cool. Anyone who doesn't get endangering mankind is cool. Psychiatric illness. Fuck. So I don't know what to say, but I'm kind of getting fed up with people not recognizing psychiatric illness and everyone saying I'm psychotic, when it seems like I'm the only one who makes sense. Yeah, I'm the one who recognized that was terrorism. These guys were like, no, it's not terrorism. It's like, what? Controlling the world of information and blackmail? What do you think the world is? Governments and citizens, pretty much, and law enforcement. And if you're controlling them with blackmail, you're using intimidation and coercion on a civilian population, and then using intimidation and coercion to influence a positive government. That's fucking terrorism. So yeah, these guys were like telling people they're terrorists, and they're like, oh, I want to become a terrorist too, but they didn't say that. Because they didn't even realize these guys were terrorists. And then the piece of this is there's all these rich kids who are like playing terrorists, and they don't even realize they're terrorists.
It's 12:30.
And then they're manufacturing weapons for terrorists, and they don't even realize they're like a terrorist organization, manufacturing weapons and like distributing them. And then they don't even know who they're distributing to them. They're just distributing them to whoever wants to become a terrorist, like in an irresponsible fashion. And I mean, they're irresponsible, they're terrorists, but yeah, they're distributing weapons to God knows who. They're distributing money in an unregulated fashion to God knows who. Are they crazy? And then who are the people who know about this? Their parents are retarded too. They're crazy too. They should be in prison too. They didn't even realize their children were terrorists. Or they did. So who are the law enforcement agents who don't get these people are terrorists, and why aren't they arresting them? And then who are the cops who know their buddy involved with this little organization, involved in RICO and terrorism, and trying to control the world with information and blackmail? Who are these cops who are actually professional, who don't recognize these guys are terrorists? Do they have psychiatric illness too? Because we got a problem if people can't, if like law enforcement can't, like, doesn't know what terrorism is and can't recognize terrorists and can't recognize organized crime and threats to America and the globe, as well as politicians. That's a big problem. There's something going on in America. If people don't recognize terrorists, they can't recognize terrorism, and they don't understand the dangers of organized crime, like RICO, illegal gambling, blackmail, bribery, extortion, witness tampering, tax evasion, illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. Yeah, if they don't understand the dangers of that, we got a problem. And then they've been putting weapons in the hands of these kids and money in the hands of these kids who didn't even know they were fucking terrorists. And the government hasn't arrested them yet. So what's going on in America, and what's going on with this control of information, and then who are the idiots controlling information for terrorists and lying for terrorists? That's psychiatric illness too. So what's going on in America?